Hey there YouTube, this is Wheelchair21 and this is a rolling review. This is going to be kind of a rushed rolling review because, well, I've taken forever to just bust this baby out. It is Gaim, Arms Change, 07, Kurokage, and the Tulip Hopper. I got this figure back maybe 4 months ago when it first came out, and one thing, as soon as I got it out of the package, was his actual pinecone spear was badly heat warped. Some people are having this issue where they get it right out of the package and it's heat warped. Some people have it where it's permanently straight, but over time it begins to bend due to heat warp. I don't know why this happened. I'm pretty sure it's just because of the rubbery plastic, but that's my first con towards this figure, is that it's a rubbery plastic and it's heat warped. It heat warps easily. It just is a pain in the ass. I kind of hate plastic for doing this at times, but I guess they did it just because, they were afraid it would get too brittle and crack or something like that. Whatever, nonetheless. Kurokage uses the basic body mold for most arms change figures. He practically uses Gaim's torso and thighs for his overall basic design. Uses a similar but yet altered head from Gridon, or at least uses a regular base round mold compared to other riders in the series where they have more of a oval or rectangular or just weird shape to their actual heads. His belt is using the original Hase belt, which is not a silver, it's a nice yellow for most riders, and you can tell this is specifically based on Gaim because there was actually a hole punched into the belt's waist. Anyways, he is pretty basic, and there's not much difference to him, but when he's actually a Kurokage trooper, supposedly the pinecone's a little bit darker, a little bit more blacker, and not as light brown as this is. Like all previous AC figures, it just slips on over the head and locks into the shoulders. Simple. And then unfolds. Now, since he is one of the arms change figures, he can be interchanged and swapped out with any character because of the joints that he has in his hands. It can get loose over time, but also can hold the weapon quite steadily enough to use it in various forms and attacks. Personally, I don't like this kind of joint for the hands because, like I said, it can be loose, it can get broken, but overall it just works because it's a basic line figure. Now, the lock CD comes with the Tulip Hopper Lock Vehicle 4, I think is what really makes these figures a pain in the ass to get, but now makes them cheap to get because people don't really want this lock vehicle, people don't really want the character as much, but overall, it's also because the line is ending soon because Gaim is almost over. The lock vehicle is a simple transformation. It just opens up, flips switches, and practically becomes like a kangaroo-like vehicle. I'm honestly not really a fan of this vehicle, but nevertheless, it's kind of cool. It has better leg articulation in the actual show than it actually does on the toy. It's most likely to be a high-powered scooter slash hopping vehicle, which was weird. It's crazy. I'm not much of a fan of it, but my friend SoundOut12 is. I do like the fact, though, that it has chain gun barrels built into its turret system. I like it for being more of a turret than its actual hopping, running kind of vehicle thing. It just is abstract to me, personally. I think the lock vehicles hurt getting Kurokage and Gridon the most because, I mean, these two are personally my favorite designed riders from the show. They were two best friends. They were supposed to be a comedy act, but also helped to make Gridon a better character than rather being Bravo's butt slave. Honestly, overall, I think Gridon had the better lock vehicle. Kurokage kind of got duped, but it's because he eventually just became the grunts for Yggdrasil, and that's what they used most of the time, were these lock vehicles. Lock vehicles are great, but honestly, the motorcycle-like ones are the more inclined ones for people to get, like the Sakura Hurricane and the Rose Attacker, or even the Dandelion because it's a hover bike. Overall, the figures are what's worth getting, it's worth having. They're cool, they're enjoyable, I like them. Will I get the figure arts for them? possibly. It just depends on the price. You can find this figure right now through... Actually, I don't think you can anymore, except through CS Toys, because most of them have sold out on AmiAmi, Hobby Link Japan, and Hobby Search. But you can always ask your middlemen and get them off of Japan, Amazon, local retailers, or other ways in getting them. Honestly, I would not recommend getting Kurokage and the Tulip Popper just because, he is kind of become the grunt character because Hase is killed, and the Tulip Popper is not a great lock vehicle. 7 is pretty much the passable figure that is not AC-13, so that's why I need to just rush this review out. It's a really simple review. Not much is there for this one. It's kind of a lackluster figure because of just they killed Hase and it became a grunt. Anyways, you can check out other reviews from me here on YouTube or on HeroTaku.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and check out all the plentiful podcasts I'm on that are hosted on Raijo Nihon. Anyways, we'll see you next time with another Rolling Review.